tyrant that likes to go around talking about people stealing phones. I don't steal nothing, and I'm not going to tolerate these people. This is live on YouTube right here and now, under Nature's Intentions. That's where you can find my videos. You don't come over to me saying I stole your phone and like get away with it, because now you're going to be filmed and you're going to be exposed to the whole world. YouTube, Facebook, Insta, all of it. You mess with a content creator, this is the shit that you get. Live and learn. I'll stand here and film this crap all day. I could care less. I stole whose phone for what? For how much? Like, who's ever known me to steal on the streets out here? I've been doing this since I was 18. I don't know what the fuck people's problem is, thinking that it's okay to accuse me of stealing shit without the burden of evidence. First and foremost, my family didn't fight in the military for our freedoms for people to come up to my face and say shit like that. That's highly offensive, highly inappropriate, and it's also socially unacceptable. It's just, accusing somebody of stealing something is just as socially unacceptable as racism. It's the same kind of concept, because the people that participate in that kind of shit have the same kind of brainwave. It's crazy. And it's uncalled for. Doesn't matter. I'll film who I want, when I want. You're in a public park. Fuck out of here. Don't come back. It's like every time I turn around, you people out here doing stuff, accusing people of stealing this and that and everything else. You don't have a right to be coming up to people and accusing them of stuff. You do not have a right to do that. That right there is the walk of shame and embarrassment from an idiot. Walk of shame, walk of shame. Huh. And then you can't do nothing now. Like, pull your pants up, dude. Wear a belt. Fucking menace to society, looking around like that. There ain't no style in prison. That means your ass is for hell. Get the fuck out of here. Why would you want to sell your ass on the streets as a dude unless you're actually legitimate, homosexual? Then that's a little different. And I'm not judging because of that. I'm just saying, why would you do that? Go ahead, keep circling the park all night. I'll film you all night, dude. Yeah, there. Now we can get a better shot of you because you're in the light. I don't understand why the city of Rochester has so many people that act like tyrants. I mean, they act like total tyrants for no good reason. I'd like the answer as to why people act that way. I did nothing wrong to this dude. He come up to me like accusing me of stealing his phone when I had my own phone charging. Like, you people are going to quit doing that to me, or somebody's going to be really sorry. How does that sound? Yeah, keep walking around the fucking park. I'm going to keep filming it all night. Have fun being a daring YouTube star. I'm good at filming. Yeah, look at this. He's walking around the park just watching. Keep doing it. Tyrant. Go do the walk of shame. The minute anyone comes up to me trying something, they're done. My subscribers already saw what had to happen to one person that came up to me, making accusations of me stealing stuff. That wasn't even a week ago, was it?
Yeah, that was a week ago.
That was just in the other. Yeah, there's already 12 people watching this video this early in the morning. I got 12 people watching this stream. Jesus Christ. Yeah, see, my shit's pretty popular. Thank you for watching, everybody, and helping me expose people for doing bad things, because it's not appropriate. Oh, somebody just liked it. Thank you for likes. Feel free to definitely share, please.
Oh, yeah.
Jack Biggs, crackheads. Yeah, you're 100% right. Yeah. I don't do stuff like that. It's not my thing, and I'm not going to judge people for their addictions. But yeah, you're right. You know, that's one of the drugs that causes people to act this way. You're absolutely right, dude. This guy here, what happened is this guy came up to the park, and I was sitting here, and he like accusing me of stealing his phone. And I actually had to show him, look, this phone has my actual PIN as far as what happened, and he kept going on and on and on. So I decided to turn my phone on and live stream him because now he's circling the park like he wants to try to leap. I ain't the one. Like, I've got steel in my leg. I'll use it as a weapon if I need to defend myself. I'm not going to play that. These crackheads definitely need to be going and doing something else with their life because they're either going to come up to me and I'm not going to put up with it. Yep, I hear you. That is a wow for sure. No reason for it. Come up to a park? Nah. I mean, you call the cops on every situation. I don't know what mentality that is about that debate, but yeah, that's not how everything in life works. You don't need to be calling the police for civil matters. Sometimes people need to learn to swim and deal with those kinds of things on their own, like we're supposed to do. You know, as a matter of fact, you know, calling the police are not actually, it's not their job to deal with civil matters as of this nature. I'm sure he is on drugs, but that's still no excuse to walk up to somebody saying that they stole something. I'm not going to take excuses like that. Well, if you call the cops for me, then you know I'm going to have to make sure that's noted in the video, because if the cops arrest me for anything, people are going to be 42 USC 1983. That's a criminal matter. You might want to rethink doing that. So, yeah. No, I don't call the police on people. That's not something that I do. I don't believe in that. Who are you talking to? Be a man. This guy walked up to me accusing me of stealing things. Be a man. Yeah, okay. So you're assuming that me filming somebody is illegal, huh? Sounds like you need quite an education. 42 USC 1983 for starters. Public photography is not a crime. It's not illegal. No, that's just somebody that's sleeping in the park that he's harassing. So I'm just making sure that, you know, these people don't assault these women. There's a lot of that going on here, too. The human trafficking. Anybody that lives in Rochester ought to know that. Yeah. I see the excuses. I get it. The tripping and the drugs and all this. It's still not an excuse, and it doesn't make it okay for somebody to walk up to me saying, "You stole my phone. Give me my stuff back." Being high on drugs is not a reason to be deceptive to people. I'm not going to take excuses. Actually, he was trying to hurt me. He came face to face with me. That's why I started recording him. I'm not the one that should walk away. He woke us up out of a dead sleep saying I accused him of stealing his stuff. Everybody was sleeping right here on the ground until then. Yep. Nick Myers, you go home, dude. If you don't like what you see, don't watch. It's that simple, dude. No, I'm not. I'm just making sure that he doesn't come trying to attack me again. I have a right to film. You can't turn filming into a crime of harassment or anything like that. It's the same. That's the same thing as obstruction. Those are actually physical. You know, obstruction is a physical thing. The same thing as harassment and like that in someone's face. That's a physical thing. I'm way far away. You're just being a troll, dude.
Yeah, we have the recording just as evidence. So if something happens, we have proof.
Yeah, he came up on me and everyone else trying to say we stole his stuff while we were asleep and woke us up this early. So that's why I'm filming him. This dude keeps saying, yeah, you're doing too much and all this stuff. Yeah, you see this? There you go. You can go ahead and hold it live if you'd like. Why don't you let him know what happened? That person don't want to take my word for what he was doing.
Hey, he seriously did wake us up that sleep.
Yeah. Rights. There you go.
New York. This is good old New York for you. That's right. Yeah.
Is that one guy still trolling? As usual. I'm surely not going to be helping them out. Good on all that. At least I know who to go after for the civil rights lawsuit.
Yeah.
I called the police for you. Yeah. Typical bootlickers, I guess. Got a lot of bootlickers around. I guess Rochester too. Yeah, a lot of us out here don't like bootlickers, man. Just saying. You know what a bootlicker is, girl?
Yes, I do.
It's somebody that sits around like praising the police for everything they do, even the bad that they do to people. One thing I don't want on my YouTube channel is bootlickers. That's that go away. I should delete. I love how people think that filming is a crime. Shit. Yet they're sitting there watching YouTube videos of people filming things. Doesn't that make a lot of sense?
Nope.
Right now.
There's been quite a few comments there, so.
There you go. Bye, asshole. There you go. That's what you get for being a dick. Block. You don't need to be in here. You trolling isn't right. Because I'm filming somebody, you don't think that that's right? I'm not one of these ones out here doing drugs or dope. Nick Myers. Do you understand how the Constitution works? Apparently you don't. You're trying to sit around and tell everybody that filming is a crime and what I'm doing isn't right. People accusing people of stealing isn't right. Has nothing to do with wanting to join people. I mean, too many of you people are mainstream morons when it comes. Stop being a robot, man. Like, think for yourself. That's what you people are taught in school, by public schools. Come on, man. You want to join them. That's it. Looks like. Yeah, that's really good sentencing. Okay. What's that? She's got the time.
4:46.
Yeah, it's getting closer to daylight, yes.
Oh, so it's my buses are running in a minute.
Okay, a little over an hour.
Right,
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock on Sundays?
Yep, Saturdays and Sundays and holidays.
Oh, these women here aren't. Oh, so you're saying these people are uncomfortable. Are you uncomfortable?
No.
Brenda, are you uncomfortable?
Comfortable about what?
Me?
No.
No?
Why, should I be?
I don't know. According to this guy here, I'm making everybody uncomfortable.
All right, well, I don't want to.
No, I'm just
Yeah, on
showing.
TV.
See?
Uh,
You see what he's saying? God thinks it's okay to do that. I'm not the one. Somebody put a Y and then a THO. Like, learn to use grammar. Seriously. It's not okay to do what? It's not okay to do what? Explain what you're saying. Like, you're leaving things out in left field. It's not okay to do that. What do you mean that? You're talking about record? It's perfectly legal to record.
We're doing it just in case if something happens, we have proof.
You know what, dude, Nick? California versus Greenwood. No expectation of privacy in public. Get a clue, educate yourself. Get the fuck off my channel, dude. Seriously. You don't need consent to record. 42 USC 1983. You learn your rights. 18 USC 241 and 242. California versus Greenwood. I can go on and on and on about that shit. No, it is not a lawsuit. Look up 18 USC 241, 242. Look up 42 USC 1983. Yeah, you need to learn the law, dude. You're ignorant. That's what ignorance is. This dude is absolutely just as insane as some of the ones out here. No, it did not, and it was calling. It was like 48% chance.
Hey, there's my shower. Look at this.
Yeah, I know. It's weird. It's like there's
There's
a.
my shower over there. See the shower, the sprinkler?
Oh yeah, that thing. Yeah, that thing is cool.
Let's go take a shower right now.
Yeah.
Let's go take me a shower.
Sprinkler.
Right, I should go take me a shower, I said.
Now they have a really cool sprinkler over at the MLK park that's over there.
Yeah, but you know what? Dog shit.
Yeah, that's the only problem. I mean, that thing is cool. I was gonna take video of it, but I'm like, nah.
That's why they put them sprinklers out there, to, like, so it doesn't get a smell. You know what I mean? Dogs are shitting and pissing in it.
Exactly. There is no expectation of privacy in public. That's California versus Greenwood is the actual case law that represents that.
Ow. Oh.
Why am I here? Because I live out here. That's why I'm here. The California versus Greenwood, you know, explains the expectation of privacy. Not even in, you know, like say a person, like somebody in their official capacity, like police and like anybody for that matter, places like libraries and stuff that love to tell you that these places are already getting sued for that. Because I live out here. Hello, I've been saying that.
We don't have your phone. We do not have your phone.
Yeah, we don't have your phone. We were sleeping when you came out here. We were passed out asleep.
I don't know what you did with your phone, but we do not have it.
No, I'm not trying to judge the man. I just don't like being accused of stealing somebody's phone when I'm asleep and being woke up.
I said, you know what I'm saying? Can you give the phone to me? She said, okay, man. And you know what I'm saying? The phone is somewhere around, you know what I'm saying? Yeah,
We have
man.
not seen no phone. The only phones we've seen is which is ours.
What you mean, what is yours? You know what I'm saying? Somebody just
It's
said-
not fun to be homeless, people.
Man,
Trust me.
He got the phone.
That's his phone.
No, that's another phone. You know what I'm saying? Come on,
This is
man.
my phone. It's through Verizon. It's actually in my name, Raymond Carpenter.
What's under your foot? What's under your foot?
Ain't nothing under my goddamn feet. There's grass. Grass. That's grass. That's what's under my feet. Grass, man.
Okay,
Right
now
there.
You got it in your leg, you know what I'm saying? And you just put some in the bag. Why don't you just in your arm right there? You got it in your sleeve. Man.
There ain't nothing in my
It's
sleeves.
in your sleeve.
Oh, dude, you're being paranoid. Just back off. Just back off. I ain't got your stuff, man.
Why can't you saying you just give me, you know what I'm saying, the phone, man?
Because we didn't steal your phone. Back up.
Phones, man.
Yeah,
I
we
just
pay
seen-
for
I
our
seen-
phones
I
every
seen
month.
I see when you go get in the bag. I seen when he
This is why I'm filming.
stepped on the phone.
I haven't stepped on nothing. You woke us up out of a cold sleep coming over here telling everybody you're stealing they're stealing your phone. Go away.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Can I please get my phone?
We don't have your phone.
Oh, so you don't have my phone.
No, we do not have your
In
phone.
the book bag.
There's
just
no
seen-
phone.
There
You
is
saw me
phone
with
in
a
the bag.
bottle of water.
There's a phone in the bag. Cause I seen you zip it up. And I seen
It's her stuff, dude.
You saw me put a bottle of water in there. That's what I had in my hand was a bottle of water. That's all I did was my bottle of water.
Yeah, I've been homeless too. It isn't fun, especially when you got to deal with these people that are doped
You
up.
saw me with this. This is what I had in my
I've been
hand.
sober most of my life. That's not why I'm homeless. I'm homeless because of poverty. There's a big difference. Some people choose to be homeless because they get high on drugs. That's not what I do. Not what I do at all. Not what I would ever do. In fact, I'll tell you a little something about my own personal life. I watched my parents die from alcohol. Why do you think I don't want to do drugs? It's garbage. As a matter of fact, let me see if I can. There. Look at my eyes. I'll even go in the light. I don't do dope. I'll prove it to everybody here right now. I'll let you see my eyes online here. I don't do dope. I don't approve of it. I'm not going to judge others that do, but you ain't going to catch me doing dope and stealing because that's not my forte. Do I look dope? My eyes aren't red. My eyes aren't, like half of these people. I don't do dope. I wouldn't want to. I pray for people that are addicted to that stuff because it's horrible. Don't get me wrong. Just because somebody's homeless, it doesn't mean that we're all on drugs. Yeah, a lot of people are. I'll grant people that, but not all of us out here. So people need to understand and get rid of that whole stigmatism that every homeless person is a drug addict or a drunk, because that's a false assumption. That's part of the disconnect with the whole entire community as a whole. Yeah, this is me. This person, me. You're looking at me. I don't do drugs. Understand that drugs and alcohol are not always the cause of people's homelessness. Sometimes things like raising rents, expiring leases, places shutting places down because of other people's criminal activity. Sometimes these things affect more than just like the criminals and the people that are doing the drugs. Maybe people should understand and start realizing those things.
Yep.
I'd be willing to take a DNA test with mitochondrial DNA to show everybody that I don't do drugs with little hair I have. Do you know what that is? Does anybody know what mitochondrial DNA does? It'll show any chemical that's been in your system for your whole life. And then people, those guys that were coming in here saying I don't know the law. I do know the law. I'm from Ithaca, New York. That's the home of Cornell University. Understand that. Like, there's a lot of people that know a lot about stuff like that. How do you think I've learned? Well, you can go to any, I mean, you know how like police will sit around and say that they're going to give you a sobriety test and all that stuff? I mean, you would probably have to submit that kind of testing to the same places that they do as far as like mitochondrial DNA. What that is, it's DNA from the root of your hair. That's what mitochondrial DNA is. It's DNA from the root of your hair that can show whether you've done drugs. It can also sometimes find physical illnesses in people too, so that's why they use it for that kind of stuff. I love music. I've never really tried to sing, man. I mean, let's see here. That's my tattoo symbolizing that I love music. That's kind of a cool question. Everybody tells me I'm a monotone as far as vocals, dude, so I've really never tried to be a singer. Trust me, man, being homeless isn't fun, and like, yeah, especially when you're sober all the time. Like, I smoke cigarettes, unfortunately, once in a while, because both of my parents were smokers, and the secondhand smoke, will, unfortunately, you become addicted. Now, my father used to make me eat cigars, too. I believe that's probably what got me addicted to the nicotine, but yeah, that's all I do. I don't even drink alcohol. I don't even like the smell to it. In fact, if anybody knows what anaphylaxis is, that's what alcohol would do to me, so I can't drink that stuff. I'm just going to actually go ahead and move all of my stuff over to this table here, just to make sure that nobody else actually wants to accuse everybody of stealing. You want to hold that for a minute? You good?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry to wake you up so people woke us up so early. I was passed out. I got up and I went over to the skating rink to use the portable restroom because, again, I'm not like all these people. I'm not going to urinate and defecate out in public like a lot of these people do. Those kind of things are just nasty, what people are doing. And that's why a lot of the community, and I understand where the community is coming from too, or get sick of homeless, because a lot of people make us all look bad by doing things like defecating in public, urinating in public, drinking in public. It's nasty. So I get it.
Yeah.
To the people out there that don't like homeless, I do understand where you're coming from to an extent. I do get that part. But please understand, not all of us out here are on drugs and dope. That's something I really want other people to
Yeah,
understand.
not everybody's
Not
on that.
everybody's on alcohol
Because
and
we
drugs. Some of us
don't.
have fallen on hard times because of poverty and like the raising of high rents. It has
Yep.
nothing to do with drugs. I really want people to understand that.
Yeah, we don't do drugs at all or drink alcohol. It's just issues with rent and all that.
Is that somebody that's homeless is an automatic criminal, pedophile, or they, you know, also they're drug addicts. That's what the most of the belief is. And a lot of people are teaching their children that too in today's society. I've actually witnessed it. That's why things aren't getting fixed, because things like that are set up as a systemic failure on purpose for things to be a revolving door. Because even homelessness, you know, government officials in places, they all profit off of that too, as much as I hate to say that. You know, if all people go profit off of something, it doesn't continue to happen. That's just how things are, people, believe it or not. I'm not blaming politicians for my personal issue at this point. I'm just saying, you know.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people, that's one of the first things they'll do is put a political spin on shit. So I'm just trying to avoid that.
I mean, I'm trying to make sure that he's doing good and that he's safe.
The person that's holding the phone is like she's my only, and I'm going to say this in front of everybody, only, with the exception of my good friend Justin in Newark, New York, she's my only support. She's my rock. You know what I'm saying? And she's drug free too. She's actually supposed to have a walker.
So I'm not letting it stop you of not having it.
No, I know, but we definitely need to get that. If I have to go to Tuesday and take my whole check to get your walker for you, and me go out tobacco, I'll do it for a week because your walker's a lot more important. I don't play like
I just
that.
gotta get to the doctors and have them reevaluate me for a new one.
Yeah, to the belittling people in there. See, the good thing is a YouTube video, they can't delete their comments and stuff, so I can stuff those comments and post those comments for everybody to see too about that. Because that one guy was saying that shit, being all nasty and belittling the homeless. You ain't no better than anybody else. If you're still watching my video, dude, you ain't no better than anybody else. And I would love to meet you face to face.
Yeah, the last person said, "Be safe. You're a good dude. Hope you get it turned around. You deserve better."
Everybody deserves better than this. This is even humane. I get tired of people out there judging because they see somebody homeless and the first thing they want to assume is alcohol and drugs. I'm going to be the martyr of change when it becomes to that. Because every time I see somebody like come up and judge somebody for being homeless like that, you see this hand, I've already put it across two people's faces and I haven't gotten nothing from it because they were the aggressor first.
We've already had one drunk
There's a live stream right there. Feel free to watch the actual live stream of the one that I have labeled as something like, you know, ego trip. Because that's what people that try to knock somebody's camera out of a hand is. They're having a freaking ego trip.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna work with me.
And I wasn't even...
I'll tear that ego in 20 pieces.
I was on my way back from that one.
I saw that. That one dude that was in there making some of those nasty comments that I blocked from the channel was making nasty comments about that too, so I just hit him from the channel. I'm not gonna tolerate that. Ain't nobody should. He's a troll.
I have the cigarettes in my pocket.
Okay.
I didn't trust leaving them sitting there on the table.
No, I wouldn't trust him either.
Thank you.
Yeah, we have to keep it live streaming because this guy's being dangerous. It's unfortunate, but I've got to do what I've got to do. he's kicking people's stuff around. Make sure you get that on film.
It is.
Boy tries
Food,
to
I think.
when he sobers up or any of that shit.
Oh, on the sleeping bag case. He's stepping right on it.
That's all right. It's being filmed. That's destruction of personal property. That right there is why most of the public judges the homeless, because of people that do stuff like that right there. That's what I'm trying to expose. Fuck out of the goddamn park. Yo, folks, I'm about to off this dude if somebody don't get him out of this park. Now you gotta let him go through this shit too. You stay fucking long and wait for me. You need to keep back, dude. Keep back. I'm not warning again. Either he's gonna keep back or he's gonna get his face set on fire. You come at me aggressive, I'm gonna get you. I don't care. You see the flamethrower just work?
Yes, I did.
I know how to do it. I'm the one to be messing with out here. I'm not gonna be messing with people anymore. Yeah, so the supposed dude in there that called the cops, they never showed up. The cops probably told him, you know, quit calling us for somebody fucking filming. Because, newsflash, I had the police all know me out here. Because I used to advocate for all these homeless people. Back in 2013 through 20, I used to be an advocate for these people out here. Up until I started seeing scum be scum. And then that's when I stopped advocating for it. Because, yeah, in some cases, society is right about some of them. They're making the choice to not be clean. They're putting themselves in a predicament. That I don't feel sorry for. I feel bad for the ones that can't control their situation, but I do not feel bad for the ones that can, because they're making the choice. Yeah, blah, blah, addiction is a disease. Yeah, it's also a choice. People also need to recognize that, too.
Yep.
Nobody's pulling your fucking arm to force you to ingest that shit. You're making the choice to do that. So
Yeah, and
it doesn't really work with me either.
And I know people that have gotten clean and sober from doing like heroin and crack and all that.
Haven't I? It's just you have to want that.
And now they're doing a better life.
Help, you can receive treatment and help. You have to want it to work. You have to be part of your own team in order to be clean. I've been advocating for that to people for years because I come from a family of addiction. Why do you think I don't mess with a lot of that stuff? That's why, because I already have the knowledge and the know-how to not fucking get in, to not do it. Simple as that. I don't have nothing to hide. I didn't let them take my fucking legal system, take my hand. I told the cop that the other day, because the cop looked at me and he said, wait a minute, I can tell by looking at you, you're sober, you're not in the dope. I said, absolutely not. I said, furthermore, I'd be willing to take a piece of my hair and give it to you and let the, city or the prosecutor's office run it just to see that I don't do drugs, because they're not going to find anything in the root of my hair,
Yep.
I said that to the cop. The cop was like, man, I don't even need all that shit. I can tell by looking at you, you're a sober person. Why the hell are you out here? He said. I said, well, this is because of poverty, raising rent to where you can't pay. You know, part-time work doesn't cover rent, utilities, and food. It just doesn't work. You know what I mean?
No, it does not.
You're gonna have to check through all your stuff when it's daylight, because I don't know how long he was here before I got woke up from him accusing me of the phone thing.
Yeah.
I wasn't trying to get you up aggressively, but he was here again. And every time we we try to go to sleep somewhere, we have one of these people that's showing up doing this stuff. At the other park, it was that woman. And it's unreal. He's just circling the park over and over and over again. That's why we're filming, because I don't trust him. I don't trust anybody, really, but especially somebody that's doing that.
Yeah.
And this crazy menagerie, we were just out here trying to sleep. That's all we were doing. We weren't going through anybody's phones or nothing. My phone was plugged in over there because it was almost dead. But nobody was going through stuff. I did find my wallet, you know, where this was. It was on the floor. So somebody actually went through stuff trying to get my wallet too. I did find it on the ground, luckily.
Lovely.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing is, there's no money in there. Well, there is, but it's hidden. And no, people, I'm not one of these homeless people that's indigent. I actually do carry a little bit of money around at all times. It's just, you got to be careful in what you do. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Right behind you on the other side. Turn yourself, whole self around.
Never.
Turn yourself around like this. There you go. That's how you have to turn back and forth to move.
Yeah.
We don't have people's stuff. I don't know how many times I have to keep telling somebody that. How many times you're going to circle around me, try to intimidate me, and it's not going to work. I'll set a face on fire if you don't stay away from me. I've already warned people, don't come at me with intent, because my intent's going to be much worse. Civil rights.
Yeah.
First thing people say, I don't want to be on TV, I don't want to be on camera, then go crawl under a rock. Simple. Public photography is not a crime, otherwise there wouldn't be cameras all over cities watching people all the time. Police wouldn't have body cameras or cameras in their cars. Walmart wouldn't have cameras. Let's see, you know, the city of Rochester wouldn't have cameras on the lights. That's all. This is all public property. They have light cameras. The right.
Yeah, Walmart, Target.
Every place there's cameras everywhere. Like photography and filming is not a crime. It's protected under the First Amendment of the United States Constitution, in which our U.S. military goes and fights for every day of the week of their life. Those people fight for those rights. We need to use those rights, because if they're fighting for them, then we need to use them and appreciate them. That's why they go and fight for those rights. We need to appreciate and respect our military and say thank you, and you exercise our rights to thank them for doing what they do. That's one of the most important things in life, whether people want to realize it or not. What some of our men and women go through in the military and when they come home is pretty bad. Like, they fight for our rights, and if we don't use those rights, we will lose those rights.
Yep.
Anything like that. People saying like it's a crime to film or illegal to film. Anybody that's in the military should be offended by hearing that. I know a lot of the people in my family surely were when they would hear things like that. Those things are protected. Those are First Amendment protected activities. Why do you think that news crews can come around with cameras? Because it's a First Amendment protected activity. The right to free speech and the freedom of press is all protected under the First Amendment. A lot of people don't realize that. Just like the Second Amendment is the right to bear arms. All these states that say you need a permit or whatever to bear arms, that's unconstitutional. And New York State itself has already been sued for the pistol permit thing. That's just one example of officials and or other people trying to trample on rights. They get sued. So my thing is, I wouldn't sue them. I would go for their qualified immunity and I would peel away the qualified immunity like an onion, and then I would take their peace officer's license and whatever other license they have to practice in the state. That way they can't, become a tyrant again, basically. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah, we.
Another church to pee, I think.
What's that, honey?
I think you went over at the other church. There's some of the other homeless asleep in the pee.
Well, that's cool, like you sleep over there, like try to find shelter, but don't come over in the park and accuse people of stealing your belongings. No way. Like, enough's enough of that stuff, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, thankfully there is some sort of shelter, not much, but there's a church there. Now this church over here doesn't allow anybody to do anything as far as I'm aware. Like as far as the homeless, that's one of the churches that's very discriminating. Of course, some of these so-called religious, organized religious groups are only out here to bloat their ego too, which, a lot of people don't realize things like that either. But some of the people that come out here to help are only doing it to make themselves look good in the eye of the public. For sure. Ouchie. Wow, this thing's almost gone a whole hour. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make you uncomfortable, my man. I just had to sit for a minute.
I'll just... Not putting that bag.
What are you looking for?
I'm just taking my purse.
Yeah, man, I look silver, brother, because I am.
Here he comes back over.
And then he comes back over here saying anything else. That's crazy. This thing is actually strange. Yeah, he's just gonna circle the freaking park all night. You see, I can't even hardly sleep anywhere because that's what people want to do. Yep, sobriety is the only way to be. Don't get me wrong, I definitely feel bad for the homeless people here that are on the drugs. Because a lot of them are so far gone, they don't even realize what the hell they're doing anymore. It's really sad, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, just to think I used to advocate for those people. It saddens me. For sure. You alright?
Yes.
This is a live stream that's been almost an hour long. I love doing live streams. I would much rather do one of nature and waterfalls. I bet you all would like to see that. Or music. I'd like to actually be out here producing music again. That's one of my goals. I'd love to produce me some music. Not gonna lie about that. Yeah, I hope you never ever have to deal with homelessness again, man. It isn't easy. Again, I'm not homeless because of drugs or being high. It's because of housing affordability at this point in time. I don't wish it on anybody, no matter what the case is, though. It's rough.
I got your cord.
Yeah, you put it away.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Going right in the one bag.
Yeah, this stream wouldn't even have been a thing tonight had I not been woken up by somebody accusing me of stealing their phone. That was crazy. I thought for sure that most of the people like that would be passed out from getting high all day.
Yeah.
See, that's where I made a mistake. We'll have to go to our first safe spot. I know that it's farther away from everything,
Yeah.
but it's better up there.
Yes, it is.
We'll have to come chill here Monday night.
Yeah.
Because of certain circumstances, but other than that, it'll be all right. And so,
A little bit.
all right. Eyes itch now. Great. Oh, I gotta scratch everything. My neck, my head, jeepers. It's tomorrow Sunday, right? Yeah, there ain't nothing going on. I get that one. What is it? Oh, it's just a vaporizer.
It is Sunday.
Already?
Yeah.
Yeah, scar. Sorry, that's from a drunk running me over when I was 19. That's if you see that scar, that's what that's from. There's a metal plate in my head there. That actually happened up here on Main and Clinton, here in the city of Rochester when I was 19, back in May 1st of 1994.
I was 8 years old.
See, the thing is, I love this freaking. I don't care what anybody says. I love the city of Rochester. There's like so many. The thing is, people focus on the negative, but if you really want to get real, there's a lot of cool there's a lot of really cool things here to do too. You've got the Strong Museum of Play, just to mention one place. You got so many cool parks in the city that you can go visit when you don't have people, partying in them. There's a new skate rink over by where the tent city used to be. That was a great idea. I'm probably kind of proud of the city for doing that. And I was one of the homeless people that lived there, and I'm still proud of the city for making use of that area. And I'm saying that.
And what I thought you got Sea Breeze.
You got Sea Breeze, you have Darien Lake. You've got all kinds of really cool things to do in Monroe County. You surely don't need to be sitting around tables drinking all day. That's just a fact. There's so much to do here. Like Rochester is, when they say Rochester is made for living, they don't lie. There's a lot of resources in this great city. There really is. Yeah, so yeah, for the record, I don't dislike I love this place. I just want to see the people that live in it with me do better because I know that we can. That's as simple as that. Heck yeah, man. Being homeless even for a month is rough. You know, you don't want that. Here's something cool to look at. And while I show this off, I want to say thank you to anybody that ever watches my videos that has been in the service, past, present, and future. You are some of the most appreciated heroes in your country. Know that. That's one thing I will say straight up. If I ever see other homeless messing around with the U.S. military, I will take action. That's how much respect I have for the people that fight for our freedoms as Americans. Thank you. Personally, I'll make sure you're never forgotten. I'm just going over here to this monument over here to pay some more respects. You know what I mean? To our armed forces, because that's appropriate to always do. It doesn't matter what time of night it is. It's always good to pay respects to them, to the people that have fought for our country's freedoms and our rights. And definitely never forget, for those people that fought in the military, your country loves you. For all those people that have fought for our freedoms, we love you. The world loves you for that matter, anybody. And if you're homeless and you're in the military, I love you even more because you've had to deal with a lot of stuff that you shouldn't have. That's the one that scars my heart the most, is when I see servicemen and women having to be homeless. That's one thing that I don't think is proper. I think that needs to be changed. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, you just ain't in the mood.
No, I'm still just trying to wake up. Yes, I do know what you mean.
I know, we gotta get awake so that we can walk up to the better neighborhood. Where I can take cool pictures of stuff in a park instead of these kind of things. I don't like doing these kind of videos, but sometimes you have to do things like this to protect your own darn self, because people come around you and are with their crazy menagerie. But for right now, well, I was going to end the stream. I guess I better not, because this guy's still... Did he go away? I don't see him anymore. I'm just going to do a quick round just to be sure that he's not in here. Because my eyesight is diminished too. You know what I mean? So that makes it harder for me when I'm out here, because my eyesight, like I said, my right eye, I'm almost totally blind in it. But that doesn't mean I'm going to let somebody take advantage of me, or women out here for that matter either. That's it's socially unacceptable. Yep, that person is gone. Thankful. And that's a good thing. Tell me, I took your phone. I don't steal anything from nobody. I never have. When I was homeless at 18 years old, people used to go into the Midtown Plaza right here in Rochester and steal food. You know what I used to do? I was 18, 19 years old. I would walk around this city and I would bottle and can my butt off. Take my bottles and cans in the Wegmans, get $30, $40, and I would go in there and I would buy my own meals. As an 18-year-old homeless, I would buy my food and I would take it up to Cobb's Park or any other park here that had grills in the city, and I would cook my own food, doing this all as I didn't have to even steal as a teenager. As a teenager. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I frown upon people bragging about that around me, because that's not a way to live life, you know?
No, it's not.
All right, everybody, I'm going to go ahead and end this live stream. I'm sorry y'all had to watch this. If it offended you, hey, you know, I'm sorry, but, you know, public photography is protected under the First Amendment. I mean, if you're offended by stuff like that, if you're offended by people filming, you probably shouldn't be watching videos on YouTube in the first place, because it's kind of part of the problem. I'm just saying. Other than that, the people that are cool with filming, y'all have a good night and blessed, and God bless everybody. Later on.